and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Yug.
And I'm Matt.
Yeah, and tonight we'll be talking about all things Kong, the movie, the game, the action figures, the bubble bar, everything.
The vibrator.
Okay, keep going.
We'll also be talking about PSP movies, not the same thing that I've talked about before. This is something new.
And we'll also be chatting about the closure of Ratbag Game Development Studio over in Adelaide. Okay. King Kong.
King Kong.
The big Peter Jackson
Not to
movie.
be confused with Kong, which is actually a brand of dog toy.
Serious?
Yeah, they're huge and they're made of like solid rubber. You see like German Shepherds.
Are they shaped like gorillas, or do they have any relation to the big
There is
giant
no
ape gorilla?
relation and there's no reason
I think
for
that's
me
a
to
lost
mention them.
opportunity.
I would make one like King Kong
Yeah.
and call it,
Why not? If you got the branding, go for it.
or make one that's a donkey.
I get it.
Donkey Kong. No, you would, wouldn't you? I would.
Yeah, you
but anyway,
would.
no, you see like German Shepherds going, "Arr, arr, arr," and even they can't get them.
How do they go? How's that again? You sound like a goddamn Wookiee.
I was
You
thinking
realise
I
that?
sound like a pirate. Yarr. Alright.
Have you actually seen the movie?
No, not yet.
So, I mean, everyone shut your ears. He dies at the end.
Yeah, no, I pretty much
He
assumed that.
falls off the building and dies.
I assumed that he would be like shot off the building, or you know what I thought they would do?
What?
I always thought.
You always thought.
I've never.
Really?
I've
never thought before, or since.
No,
actually. Never
whatever.
thought since.
I've actually never considered this before, but I'm going to pretend I've always thought this. I've always thought the best thing to do would be, instead of shooting at him, they should have dropped margarine onto the building. And it would have gotten so slippery that he would have just, like, slid down. And then they could have just... I don't know what they would have done when he was down, because now you've got an angry, slippery gorilla, which is not better.
I can just see that scene in the movie, like the army running into the dairy, going, "Quick, we need massive buckets of margarine. Stat! Attach these to the planes." Not stat. Stat's magical. Right, go on.
Can I point out...
Yes.
Can I point out that you don't actually go to a dairy for margarine?
Where do you go?
I don't know, probably Dow Jones Chemical. Dow Jones? What is it? Dow
What
Corning?
the hell is wrong with you, man? I like move
Nikkei
out
Dow?
and you just
I
go
don't know.
all a little bit crazy sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm turning into
Hermity
a
is-
crazy hermit.
I actually walked in tonight sort of thing. He's wearing this big cloak and he's going, "I've been waiting for you."
That didn't happen. But it should have, because that'd be cool.
Next time, just you'll have a beard and, not that you can grow one
No,
deeply, but
I'll have like a slightly
tufts.
thicker goatee.
Big sections of tufts just everywhere.
Yeah, tufts on my cheeks. That's about all I can do. Well, tuft at the bottom and 2 tufts at the side.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to talk about Kong.
King Kong. Well, look, I
Kong.
saw the movie, Matt didn't, so... Have you actually played the game at all?
Yeah, I've played through the first 2 levels.
Oh, God.
No,
Well,
I haven't.
I've actually played through quite a bit
I played the demo. I played it on the PC,
Yeah,
and I actually
yeah.
really liked it.
It was really interesting. I really like the direction that a lot of movies based on video games are going these days. They seem to be trying a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And King Kong's a good example. You don't have a HUD HUD sort of thing. You don't have any way
Health,
to tell how much
yeah.
health, ammo, or anything like that. It's very natural. It's very bionic. Not bionic. I think you ever...
I'd have gone with natural, but
Natural.
stick with that. It was working for you.
I know that
And you
word.
don't need to invent a word for it.
I'm not trying to invent a word. Organic.
Organic.
I don't know where I got bionic. Organic.
Bionic. It's like Bionic Commando.
I was thinking biology, organic, sort of.
Yeah, whatever.
Right. Anyway, look, it's quite a bit of fun. I really like playing a first-person game where you feel very vulnerable the entire time. If you've actually got your gun and you're shooting randomly and wasting bullets on bad guys, you're doing it because you're scared. You're gonna die. You're completely screwed, sort of thing. It's really good. It's almost a survival FPS, actually.
Yeah, it's better than the traditional kind of FPS. Here's your guns. Here's your thing. You've got 8 rocket launchers.
It's different. And I like it. But the main thing that I actually want to talk about King Kong tonight, because it is a topic of conversation lately, and there's ads for it everywhere. But there's an alternate ending in the game.
Yeah.
Where Kong doesn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you actually seen that?
I have not, and what you have to do is you have to finish the game normally, then you need to go back to each level and get, like, 250,000 points in each level or something like that, and then it unlocks the ending. But the reason they did it was because they had a lot of gamers play through it, and they reached the end, and after playing through this whole game, and usually when you beat the game, it's all good, and in this game, you die. And
I see what you mean.
You have no choice but to die. No matter what you do, you die.
That kind of sucks.
It does kind of suck. It ends on a downer, and of course it's true to the movie, but in actual fact, the game isn't very true to the movie at all.
They should have gone with Margarine.
That's an alternate ending.
That's what the alternate ending is.
But he still dies. The whole point was that he doesn't die.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Upbeat. But I just want to point out quickly that, and a lot of movie games have been doing this lately. Actually, the Harry Potter games I've noticed do the same thing, is that they'll semi-follow the story. Like in the King Kong game, the Jack Black's character is the one that sees King Kong take Anne and all this kind of thing. In this one, it's the Jack character that you are. Or it's like this character dies here instead of dying in this scene. Or it's just weird stuff that I wonder why they actually do that. I don't quite understand. But anyway, it's not bad. It's a good game. Go play it. Go see the movie. It's
and the
bloody
movie
long.
Was good?
Bloody long.
Yeah, Oracle was saying it should be called King Long. He thought he was funny. I thought it was mildly funny.
You know what? It would have been funny if he said it, but you just said it, and it wasn't funny.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was long. There are lots of drawn-out scenes where it's like you got Naomi Watts looking at this big gorilla, and it's like not much is spoken.
Did you know it was Andy Serkis?
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was Andy Serkis. What a diverse fellow. He's invisible. It's like his job.
Actually, no. He also played another character, Lumpy the Cook.
Cool.
And I thought it'd be like this small bit character, but it was actually he was in it for quite a bit, yeah.
Cool.
And he was cool. I really liked him. He was like he reminded me of the pirate that gives like doom, sort of, "Arr,
yes.
we'll all be killed." He has a squinty eye. He's like, "Arr, we're going to Skull Island." It was funny.
What's that? Gorillas. I wish we were going to Candy Apple Island. What's there? Gorillas, but they're not so big. I like that. One of my favourite Simpson lines.
So, yeah, look, movie's good. You're all probably going to go see it anyway because it's a Peter Jackson thing.
Yeah, it's one of those
he
big
can
fancy
do
movies.
no wrong. I thought it was okay. I actually thought it was just entertaining. I didn't really get into it that much, I don't think. It was entertaining, and
I'm bored with that. Let's move on.
Fine.
It's just I've got nothing to really contribute.
No, I know. I like that.
I like listening to you. Neither does anyone else. We've actually had thousands of reader comments.
Thousands.
Thousands,
right?
Complaining about that you shouldn't be on the podcast at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Fine, I'll go. Because you see, I don't live here anymore, so I can just walk away whenever I want.
Fine.
Just leave you here hanging.
I like the Wayne
that
thing, which I think we've referenced
Wayne's
before.
World thing?
Yeah.
Just walk.
I'm having fun.
Can we do that thing where his brain explodes? Isn't that what they say? Okay, let's move on. You want to talk about PSP movies again.
The reason I mention this is because I'm not talking about releases, but the fact that I've actually finally watched the entire of a PSP movie. I watched Hellboy.
Yeah.
And I actually watched like almost all of it a couple of weeks ago, but I finally came back and finished it. And a startling omission really stood out for me. Did you know there is no chapter selection of any kind on a UMD movie?
Yeah, but can't you play it and then you just skip ahead, sort of thing, or
really?
Actually, yeah, it does take
slowly
long to do that. It's interesting. There is.
And
I did
like,
notice that. Yeah.
DVDs have been able to do that for like how long?
Well, the UMD should be able to do that.
You would think the UMD would be able to do that, but especially UMDs need to be able to do that because when you sit down and watch a DVD, you almost invariably watch it all the way through.
Yep.
Some people break up, but when you're watching a UMD movie,
you're on the move.
You're
watch bits
almost
of it.
certain to watch bits of it. Plus, the main reason I bought the thing was the movies.
Yeah.
The main reason I like them is to
skip
show
to
people
cool
a cool
scenes.
scene.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Good luck with finding them.
Actually, no, I remember that when I borrowed it off you. Took it to a friend's place, tried to show off Hellboy, and I was thinking, I'll skip ahead to like the scene where it's got Hellboy fighting the guy in the museum, sort of thing. And it was like, skip, wait for about 15 seconds. Oh, okay. No, that's not the scene. Skip it. It was like I found it really clumsy.
Now I don't know whether that's Hellboy. I don't think so.
I was about to say, have you seen any other UMDs?
I'm still waiting on Sony to send me Spider-Man 2. But at the same time, both of these are first generation DVDs. So I'd be interested. I'll probably buy another new one when they. Because there's a few more coming out.
Yeah,
now.
Just keep buying them.
I'll just keep buying
you're
them.
Sony's bitch, really.
There's another. Yeah, I am. Damn straight.
You're sucking on Sony's tit.
Actually, on it, no.
Milking it for what it's worth.
Actually, Sony's a boy.
But
I'm still eating well. Anyway, moving on really quickly.
Fed. Yep.
Another thing that I noticed about the PSP movies is that Serenity is coming out on the 8th of February.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little way off yet, but on the 8th of February, and it's coming out on DVD, on some sort of collector's edition DVD, and on UMD movie on the same day, which is the first I've seen of that. I haven't seen any movies come out for the PSP on the same day.
That's really frustrating.
But
oh, go on. Okay, fine. Interrupt me.
DVD, $29.95.
Yeah.
UMD, $39.95. It's $10 more for the lower quality version.
You know what? Probably because they know that is a movie that people that own a PSP would really want to buy.
Yeah, but at the same time, I resent paying $10 more for a version that's not as good. No, I won't buy it.
Okay, fair enough.
Because to me, the movies that I would buy would be mostly things that I would want to show other people. And if you're not into Serenity, you're not in, if you're not into those
fair
things.
Enough. Sorry, I just wanted to say I was really frustrated because I've been. You look on all the DVD and game websites out there, and it says Serenity coming out on. I think it's the something of December in the States.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and I was thinking, cool. It's 23rd of December. I'm like,
oh really?
Awesome, I can get this before Christmas. You just ruined it for me.
No, 8th of February.
I hate that.
But don't forget, it took a long time between when it came out in theatres in the US to here, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
It was a couple of months.
I don't care. I want it now.
I want it now. Yeah. It's all about now.
Yeah. All right.
I'm done with PSP movies.
Thank God. I'm sick of you talking about it. For someone who doesn't own a PSP, it's just like... I'm over it.
Yeah. I've been playing the PSP a bit, actually, and you know what's really surprised me? I'm not into it, man. I have yet to play a game I've particularly liked. 4 games down.
What games are they?
If my maths is correct, and counting is basic maths, but I think...
You are a programmer. You have programmed the entire Australian Gamer site. I'd like to think your maths is up to scratch.
At least to basic counting, but you'll also note that a lot of stuff doesn't work.
There's Wipeout.
Wipeout?
Yeah.
Medieval.
Ghost in
the Shell.
Burnout.
And Burnout Legends.
Burnout Legends isn't good.
Burnout Legends is buggy. Buggy as all hell. And you know what?
What?
You know how in some sections of Burnout 3, it was quite hard to see what was happening? Like, things moved so fast and this... Like because you're looking off to the distance,
you don't see things that are coming right up in front of you.
It's quite hard to see some of those things because there's so much happening in front of you. Now, the Xbox isn't too bad for that, but the PS2...
Because it's a big TV, to be honest.
No, but even compared to the PS2, because PS2's
PS2 or PSP?
No, PS2, PlayStation 2. It's the console?
Yes, I know the console, the one that I took.
Yes, you did, you bastard. Anyway, the PS2 is actually a little hard to see as well because it's a little grainier. It's not as clear as the Xbox, and that's imagine that by about 20.
Really? So
yeah,
it's
actually I'm only up to the second league, and I can't win because I can't see.
It's not just because you're crap.
That's a factor. It's probably a pretty big factor, and also. I play on the bus, and you can't really play on the bus because you're like shaking around. So the only
it
time
is a very precise game.
So I pretty much will have to just sit here and play through the ones that I'm stuck on. But I'm actually finding I'm crashing more often because I can't see than because I suck. And I actually think that's a factor because I suck a lot. So you'd think that would be.
Yeah, I know you do. You're a big sucker, honestly.
Yes, whatever. So anyway, I just. the games that I've been really looking forward to, and Burnout Legends was a big one for me. And don't get me wrong, it's still fun, but I find that frustrating.
Yes, you'll read the review soon.
But I'm still waiting for a real killer game. I'm still waiting for something.
What about Grand Theft Auto?
I really wanted Grand Theft Auto until I saw the preview, funny enough. And then I went, that looks crap and boring. I'll still get it. I'll still play it.
Yeah, we'll see how...
I'll put a review up.
See how you go, yeah.
Mm.
Alright, let's move on. I'm sick of the PSP.
Yep.
I am. I want to talk about... Alright, yeah, we want to talk about Rat Bag games.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Because I've got the biggest crap in my pants right
Dude.
now. It's not actually. It's not in my pants.
It's
not in
poking out,
there
is
yet.
it?
It's working. It's working on it.
You know, the funny thing is, he's sitting here.
I'm like
with his
perched on
hands
my
on
chair.
He's perched. He's like, looks like he's about to spring up and do a bolt.
The reason for that is because I had my hand on it, like ready to pause, and Young just kept talking and asking me questions, and I'm like, I will finish this section, then I'll pause. I'm like, all right. For God's sake, if I don't get this thing out soon, it's gonna come out anyway.
All right.
So we'll be back.
This is an unprecedented thing. We're going to pause the podcast.
We've never paused the podcast before, but frankly, I think we can agree this is important.
This is necessary.
This is necessary.
It needs to be done.
It's got to be done.
Okay. See you soon.
Okay, we're
back.
You're back. Oh, I feel
right?
so much better.
You lighter?
You know what? This is going to disturb you, and it should disturb everybody out there listening, but I weighed myself before and afterwards out of curiosity. And before...
Yeah.
We all know what before. I won't lower the tone of the program by saying what I just did.
Yeah.
But before, I weighed 72.6 kilos.
Are you serious?
That's how much I weigh.
No, you actually weighed
yourself? I actually did. I have electronic scales, so they're really accurate. So,
keep going. How much did you weigh after?
71.7. I just lost nearly a kilo of poo.
It's good to see we're really raising the bar on the podcast.
Yeah, I think we've just
keeping the standard, the quality. Just,
I think we just lost every listener who's over 14.
Okay. Yeah.
Apart from that, what were we talking about? What was the next bit?
I was going to talk about Rat Bag.
Yeah,
games.
That's right.
Now, anyone who doesn't know, Rat Bag Games is a game developer over in Adelaide. They've been around for, I think, like 12 years or something.
Quite a long time.
Ages. And like the main games you'd know them for, they did a whole bunch of dirt racing games, which they did on the PC and PS2, I think.
Probably best known for Power Slide.
Yeah,
which was a really, really good game.
But they did a lot of, like, they did Power Slide, which was like the dirt car. They did a whole bunch of other different, you know how you go to, like, speedways and stuff, there's a whole bunch of different cars on dirt tracks and stuff. They did a whole bunch of different games with different cars, and they were
I only really played Power Slide.
Well, the thing is, they got bought by Midway, right? About 5 months ago.
7.
7? Mm-hmm. Okay, 7 months ago, and now they've just been dumped. That's it. Midway's just gone, no, you're out. So that's it. End of Rat Bag Games. It's just, I think that sucks. It
does suck because it particularly kind of sucks that an American company would buy an existing Australian company and then just
give it the shaft.
Just shaft it, yeah.
It's just, I don't know, to me, there's a lot of history there with, Rat Bag Games. It's like that's an Australian games company, and one of probably the more recognisable ones as well. And
sometimes phoenixes rise from the... Phoenixes? Phenai? You don't really hear about them in groups. They don't really travel in herds.
Together.
No, it's not really much of a flock of phoenixes. Yeah, anyway,
that's really yeah.
My point is sometimes good things come from these when companies, particularly talented companies that haven't done things for a little while, break up. Often the members get together and you get some really good talent.
Yeah, back to basics sort of thing, or
Yeah,
I think
particularly ones
70 people that work in there that have been.
I hope they move away a bit from the... Like, I would love to see them form a new company, and I would love to see that new company do something a bit different too.
Yeah, fair call. I think they've got the talent, they've got the ability to actually produce A-grade games, or games that are of a quality that can be widely released and stuff like that. So anyway, look, that sucks basically overall. And if there's anyone from Ratbag Games listening,
why?
That sucks. We sympathise.
Yeah, we do sympathise. It sucks to be out of a job, and now is a really, really crappy time to be told that you don't have
Merry
a job.
Christmas, you're fired.
Yeah.
But I mean, especially from our point of view, with Australian Gamer, we really want to make sure we support the gaming community in Australia
and the gaming industry as well.
The gaming industry sort of thing. So stuff like that really sucks.
So anyone from Ratbag who does hear this, or if anyone knows anyone who knows someone who is friends with someone who works,
knows a guy, his sister's brother's cousin's uncle, knows this girl who's going out with
someone from Ratbag, let them know to get in contact with us and just say, if there is movement to form a new company, if there is direction, and particularly if there is any direction that you wanted to go, if there's anything we can do to help and just blatantly hock your gear, great, because we want to support the industry.
Actually, we should send, because I talked to one of the guys ages ago. I was supposed to get an interview with one of them about the Ratbag Games sort of thing, so I'll see if I can get in contact with someone from there and just maybe find out a bit of inside story of what's happening now with all the people that used to work there. But it's an interesting contrast to, say, Pandemic, which got merged with BioWare last month.
About this time last month.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know about them either.
We really should have mentioned this at the time.
Yeah, but we're fairly useless. I think
yeah, we are.
But BioWare...
Probably drunk.
Yeah. I mean, they did Knights of the Old Republic and Jade Empire and all the Neverwinter Nights games, and very respected company.
Yeah, BioWare, I'm not a big fan of a lot of their games, to be honest. I haven't played that many, and I was the only person in the world who didn't love Jade Empire, but they do make quality games, and the more of it, the better.
Yeah. And you've got Pandemic, which has their offices here in Brisbane, or one of them anyway, in Fortitude Valley.
I thought they were in Melbourne.
No.
Wow.
They're in the Valley. We should stop in sometime. Yeah. And they did great games like Destroy All Humans. What was the other ones that they did? Star Wars Battlefront 2, that's right. And Full Spectrum Warrior. Full Spectrum Warrior. And that's a good lineup of games sort of thing. So, and yeah, they're merging together. Great for Pandemic and sucks for Ratbag.
Which ironically means Pandemic is spreading across the world, which is kind of cool. But anyway, both of these make great games, and I really like the quote that the guy from, I believe, BioWare said, which is, "This is a rare," something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing here, but this is a rare and good thing in the game in a games industry in an industry that often relies on
formulas and
basically
franchises.
You know what? I'm actually going to pull up the quote because he actually said it really well.
And you wouldn't be able to say it well at all.
Undoubtedly. In a business where developers must often sell out to survive, this deal is refreshingly new, a partnership of equals. And I actually think
nice.
that's a really good...
Isn't that lovely?
It's lovely. They're going to be friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. And they're actually keeping both teams, which is good because it means they're not firing half their staff
Yep.
joining them together. And both teams have, both companies have shown that they can do the job.
It seems to be a real popular thing. I guess it's nothing new, but it's something that's just... happened a lot that I've noticed. Sort of thing like there's the Pandemic and BioWare thing, and Adobe recently bought Macromedia as well. That's a geeky thing.
Well, it's always happening, really. And I think we're seeing it a bit in games at the moment, and this was relevant.
Of course, EA is buying everyone.
EA is just buying anything that's not nailed down. Yeah. Or if it is, buying the nails first. But there was actually something relevant with this connection between the two. One of them is that apparently one of the reasons they're joining forces is so that they can actually share resources to build, because with the new consoles, developing games for the 360 and the PlayStation 3 is going to be more expensive. So if they can share some of those costs, they can get more games out, they can make more money. And similarly, Midway is apparently dropping a lot of its publishers because it wants to
focus on the next generation as opposed to the current generation.
So I think we're seeing a lot of shift in the industry, and
which is good.
Yeah, it's good, except when you see Australian games companies being shafted. Yeah, because they don't make stuff for the PS3.
Yeah, that's true. PS3, Xbox 360. Oh, you can. Have you pre-ordered yours?
A 360?
Yeah.
No, I'm not in any hurry. There's going to be a million of them by the time.
You can't. Actually, I should probably mention. You should check out Spectre's new store.
We're Spectre our friends.
SpectreWorld.com.au. Well, there's a link up the top of the page, but actually, I mean,
does that link actually work?
Even if we didn't have that link at the top of the page, sort of thing, I'd still mention it because, to be honest, there's not really that many online Australian stores that specialise in.
That actually do a good job of it.
Yeah, I mean, there are others, and I'm not trying to bag them out in any way. You are, but they don't look really all that professional.
No.
They're not exactly Amazon standards.
Mm-hmm. Or D-Store or something.
The only place I've ever bought games online is D-Store.
And they're obviously, for a start, they're not special.
They're not
specialised. Secondly, they have
games.
almost no information.
Yeah,
it's clearly not games based. It's clearly a department store.
So and buy stuff through Spectre, support the Australian gaming networks and stuff like that. Because
better still, buy stuff through Australian Gamer through Spectre, because we're actually going to be basically hawking their wares on the site when we can.
Eventually. When we get around to
do we actually make money if people buy stuff? Nah, great, awesome. But just do it anyway. Just buy stuff through us.
But yeah, what I was trying to say is you buy the starter kit, which is the Xbox 360 faceplate, the game, the controller, basically everything but the actual console. Of course.
Is this the VIP pack or is this something different?
The VIP pack. Right. But if you buy that and you pay an extra $20, you pre-order an Xbox 360, and you're guaranteed to get it on March the 2nd.
Sweet.
I'm not sure what that means, because I would like to think by March Microsoft have got their act together, and there'll be plenty of them.
Well, available. I was reading that they were saying that for the UK and for the US, stock should be easily available in February, I think was what they said.
Right.
March,
I don't think there'll be that much of a stock.
They'll probably.
But then again, you know what? Who knows?
They'll probably just get half the ones that are waiting from Japan, and that'll do us just from the launch.
Yeah, we'll get them here. It's all in Japanese. So I think it's like, never mind. They're Australian.
They're Australian.
They don't speak English. They speak Australian.
Yeah, they're upside down anyway.
Yeah, they're Australasia, aren't they? That counts.
Yeah, it's Asia.
It's Asia. they're one of those islands that's not in America.
Yeah.
So yeah, go buy stuff through there. Actually, it was interesting. I was reading today I've never seen it before. I don't know if it's been out for a while, but there's a list of all the games which are actually
has been out for a little while.
Has it? Oh, okay. Well, all the games that are compatible with the Xbox 360. There are a few missing that I thought would be there.
Like what?
I can't remember.
Wow, we're always so informative.
But there were some there that I was actually thinking, that would be cool. I can't play that, which just kind of sucks. I do like the fact that if you do have Halo 2, then you can play that on live against other people that have normal Xboxes.
If you have I know there's backwards compatibility and so on, but does it upgrade the game in any way, or does it?
Sort of like what the PlayStation 2 did with upgraded textures and stuff. I don't know, and I wouldn't think so. I would think that obviously frame rates would be better and things like that on games that suffer, and maybe textures might be a bit bigger, but considering that one of the big things that the 360 tends to be doing is bringing out a game on the Xbox and on the 360, like King Kong on the Xbox and 360, Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox and 360. It's like two completely different games. The 361 being better graphics, I don't see why they'd have any reason to actually make the graphics better for the Xbox version.
I always actually thought I thought the PlayStation 2 did a really good job of backward compatibility in that they actually used the original PlayStation CPU as the I/O controller. Okay. And actually that was how they did backward compatibility. They used that CPU as the I/O controller, and then when they were doing backward compatibility, they just threw the code to it, so it was actually using the original CPU.
Whereas the 360 is basically emulating
the original Xbox in software. I was reading the other day someone talking about what game was it? Was it driving game? Half-Life 2.
Playing the driving game, Half-Life 2.
No, it was the driving section
specifically.
Yep. That it was actually unplayably buggy to play backward compatible on the Xbox 360. Half-Life 2.
That would be the thing I worry about, is like little things that just might not be picked up or stuff like that. This game, you can play it. but it's going to be really buggy. But you know what? To be honest, I can't. It was like when the PlayStation 2 came out, and I had PlayStation games, and it was like, cool, I can play all these old games on the PlayStation 2. Man, I never did.
Even if you do, you don't for very long.
No, it's a gimmick. Like when with the whole thing with Nintendo Revolution, their whole back catalogue of games being available, it's like, you know, as I like Nintendo, I've always liked all the Nintendo games, and I'm like, that's awesome. All these games which I will have available to me, which I will never play. I just won't. I know I won't. That's it. To me, that's no longer a selling point.
See, I worry a little bit about that with the Revolution as well, because to me, it's more important to have new games than to have old games. Like
it is. It's just
I have a Game Boy.
As bad as it sounds, I mean, it just makes sense. You're not really gonna play an old game, even if it's brilliant and you might even really enjoy it. It just doesn't feel like you're actually doing anything constructive. Does that sound? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You're not really.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't feel like you're actually.
You're almost
achieving
wasting time.
That's exactly what it feels like.
But the funny thing is, I don't know if Nintendo have really caught on to this at all. But it's cool that you can play all the old Nintendo Entertainment System games. But you know what? I've got a PC, and emulators are easily available, and
true.
ROMs are easily available.
In the same respect, look at how successful all the games have been when ported over to the Game Boy Advance. They've worked really well on that system.
Yeah, that's true.
Just quickly, before we finish up, what I did want to say out of all that was backwards compatibility on the Xbox 360 is probably the most important that's ever been on any other system, because if you want to play against your friends who don't have a 360 yet, and they're all still playing Halo 2, you can still play against them.
That is true.
And that's actually really important.
The fact that it's so live-based and so online.
I would actually think that more than anything else, backwards compatibility on the 360 is one of the most important features because of live. I never really thought about that before, that's all.
Did you realise that in Australia, when the 360 comes out, we will not get the gold membership free with the more expensive pack?
Even if we do the VIP thing, or?
Nope.
Huh.
Well, I don't think that's part of the VIP. Well, just because they figure while we're bent over, they'll just keep going.
Right.
Basically. No.
They're just going to donkey punch us at the same time.
We're paying significantly more for the console than any other country, I believe.
Because we're so far overseas, it's like you have to fly over the water. And it's like, Australia, so goddamn far away.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we actually get less stuff in the pack.
Yeah.
Which I think is a pity.
Anyway, we're going to wind up. Merry Christmas.
I would just like to leave you by saying Merry Christmas. And I did a 0.9 kilo poo.
And
I just want that to settle in with everybody.
And that's
0.9 of a kilo.
That's Matt's
nearly
gift
a kilo.
To you. That is Matt's gift to you. Congratulations, happy listeners.
In your stocking.
But look, we won't be doing a podcast next week. We'll be on holidays.
We'll be on holidays.
So where
will you be going?
I'll be on the Gold Coast.
I'll be on North Queensland. I'll be up in Ayr, not in the Ayr, in AYR.
That's
the
nice. Town. But yeah, look, just want to say thanks everyone for actually.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for actually supporting Australian Gamer this year. It's been a good year. It's actually been good. I think Australian Gamer has actually been.
It started to really grow. It started to really take off. We've got a really big year ahead. I think. I think it's going to grow massively. We'll probably have taken over the Australian gaming industry by the end of next year.
I think give it about 5 years, and we'll be joint prime ministers of Australia. Actually,
I actually did the figures once, and I worked out. I'm sure this is mathematically sound. But we actually had, over a period of 1 month, our traffic actually double in that 1 month. So I figured that if that growth rate was sustained, which it inevitably would be, that within a year we would actually have the entire population of the world watching, listening.
That only doubled because I started posting on forums.
No, it just doubled.
But yeah, look, just want to say really love it when we hear feedback and the user comments from everyone.
Post your stuff.
Love all the regular regular contributors. I'd really love to go and say everyone's name, but I don't want to leave anyone else out just in case I screw it up.
There's a couple of people who post really prominently, though. I want to say a hello to Film Guru, because I think he's one of the most prominent posters, and he actually posts like long, intelligent discussions, unlike us.
Unlike us. Want to say hi to Spick 3
Balloon
from the EA Play forums. That's God. See, I knew it. I knew we'd get to like a few people, and then we'd forget, and you're gonna. Who else?
No, there's others. There is quite a few people that post quite relevant. Some people's names are unpronounceable. That's a bit of a problem. There's Film Guru. There's James.
There's
posts
James
quite often.
No, he said how to pronounce it the other day. Not PALGN. Palgen.
Palgn. The PAL Gaming Network.
I get it.
Didn't you realise that? Oh my god.
Hey, Death 7.
Death 7th.
Well, anyway, look.
Is that one of the guys we met at?
I don't know, but hey,
hi to him.
Let us know. Hey, also want to just say, you should say hello to the guys who did the
well said.
Oh God, I've got a mind blank.
Yeah?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, clearly.
The other podcast on Spectre.
The Gamecast.
Gamecast, that's right, yeah. Because I listen to the Gamecast, because I listen to it every week, sort of thing. And it's a good Gamecast. You can check it out on halolive.com.au. And, yeah, they gave little nice props to us at the end saying, we listen. So, we listen to you too, you know. We're all just one big happy gaming family.
We are. I also wanted to point out to Jordan, there's a guy called Jordan who's posted a competition link here, which is clearly just him trying to use our website.
I'll tell you this, because I went to that link, PSP. I went to that link, I signed up to their forums, and I posted a new post, word for word like that, linking to our competition on our site. And I got an email from him saying, please don't spam my site. And I'm like, that's cool, just check this out, don't spam ours.
That's funny.
So, yeah,
but yeah, I just wanted to say, using our site to spam to try to get yourself free stuff is pretty much in the spirit of Australian Gamer, really, so go for it.
Yeah, fair enough, just don't be surprised if we go to your site. Spam back. But yeah, look, we're ranting and raving now, but it's the end of the year, it's Christmas, it's all sentimental.
We're not going to have another one, so we'll just make this one extra long. And you can just listen to the last 7 minutes again next week, just to keep,
But yeah, look, thanks a lot. We got big things planned next year. We're not going away anywhere. We're going to keep doing comics just because I moved out. I can't stand Matt anymore, it smells, does 1 kilo poos.
It wasn't 1, it was just under.
So yeah, look.
I also just wanted to say to James, who's from Palgn, because he asked us to do longer podcasts, and I just want to say, hell no.
No, I don't think
there's
that's a good idea.
There's no way in hell that's going to happen.
Just 2 other things quickly.
We ramble too much
if we're being sentimental doing things. Thanks. Yeah. Well, end of the year, it's Christmas, and we're saying thanks to all
props to all our homies.
I just want to say thanks to Rob from Spectre.
Yeah, Rob's been really good to us. He's really helped us out, and he's given us a lot of opportunities that we've completely failed to make any use of.
Rob
got me a girlfriend. in a kind of indirect
way. Yeah, that worked out real well for you too.
Did, as far as I'm concerned.
But look, thanks Rob, because Rob's a guy who runs the Spectre Network sort of thing, and
he's a good guy.
That's what that bar at the top of our site is. We all just help promote each other, sort of thing. I guess the best thing is that when he allows us to be part of the network and doesn't censor us.
Yeah, which I wouldn't allow us to be part of the network and not censor us. I wouldn't allow us to be part of any network. And I refuse to belong to any club that would have me as a member. And
last but not least, just want to say probably big thanks to Ben, who's basically the third member of Australian Gamer, the silent partner,
the third wheel, you might call him.
Which none of you probably really know about, but Ben handles all of our public relations, advertising, and general motivation
Ben handles anything kind of businessy, anything kind of professional, anything kind of, that kind of stuff.
I don't know if anyone can hear, but there's this loud buzzing alarm noise, which is Matt's phone. No, don't get it. No, leave it. It's going. It stopped ringing as soon as he went to grab it.
No, I know. I wasn't actually going to answer it. I was actually just going to put it on my bed so it wouldn't buzz.
Answer it. Anyway, look, we're going to wrap it up.
Thanks again. But yeah, I just wanted to continue the Ben thing. Ben actually has done a lot for us, and Ben helps to keep us focused, and also, and I think this is important, helps me take the piss out of Yug. And I think that sort of contribution...
That is true. If there's one, I mean, I can take a lot, but the combined might of Matt and Ben is usually just too much for me, and I'll go and hide in a corner and cry.
He doesn't actually like us being in the same room.
No,
because all we do is.
I actually don't. I would actually say that Matt and Ben combined actually caused me to become an alcoholic. I would say it is their fault, all up. So.
It's good to take responsibility for your
own. But honestly, if it wasn't for Ben, I think me and Matt probably would have torn each other's heads off by now, and the site would have stopped a long time ago.
I was going to say, if it wasn't for Ben, we'd be running some lame-ass, half-professional, idiotic site that doesn't work properly. Oh, hang on! No.
So, yeah.
Thanks to everyone who looks at the site, reads the site, listens to our rubbish.
Yep, alright. That's about it.
See you
Merry
guys.
Christmas.
See you guys later.
Happy New Year.
Happy, safe New Year and all that, and hope you get lots of games.
Yay.
Bye.
See ya.